Welcome to this section, guys. And here we are going to talk about some of the interesting Python problems. We'll try to solve many problems here so that our understanding on Python will be very much nice after this particular section. So, in this section, we are going to cover various examples in Python programming language. These programs or examples cover a wide range of programming areas in computer science. Every example program includes the problem description. We'll talk about the problem. And again, we'll also talk about the solution step by step, and then also the source code and the explanation of the program as well. So here, the examples which we are going to talk about is from the range of various simple Python programs to mathematical functions, lists, strings, sets, dictionaries, recursion, non-recursion, file handling, classes and objects, linked list, stacks and queues, searching and sorting, and various other dynamic programming as well. So let's get straight into it. The very first problem which we are having today is Python program to calculate the average of numbers in a given list. And that is what the task is. All right, so how to go about it? So basically, here the program takes the element of a list. Now, if I try to understand this problem, I am understanding it like I have a list which may consist of some numbers. And what I'm looking for is I want to calculate the average of those numbers in this particular list. That means the program takes the element of the list one by one. I'll take the value one by one and displays the average of the elements of the list. So how to go about it? How to solve this problem? Obviously, looks like I may have to do some iteration. That means I may require for loop. So the solution will be as follows. First of all, I will take the number of elements. For example, let's say take the number of elements to be stored in the list as input. Or let me do one thing. Let me write it here only, and I'll share this file with you guys so that you guys will have this handy with you. So here the solution which I am thinking is problem solution is basically the very first step will be I will take the number of elements to be stored in the list as input. That means I will ask user the entire number of elements to be inserted in the list, right? So my first step will be I will ask user input that enter the number of elements to be inserted, right? So this is the input which I will ask from the user. After that, I will have my second step which says that obviously when I know the numbers, after that I will use a for loop to input elements into the list, right? So I will have to input the elements in the list. So let me write this. So use a for loop to input elements into the list. Let's say I'm having one empty list. I'm giving the name as A. And here I will ask user to insert the element because now I already asked user that how many elements you want to enter. He is saying let's say 10. So I should only pass 10 elements, or I should give user only to enter 10 elements. As simple as that. So I will ask user for I in range 0 comma n, where n is the input which is given by the user. User is saying that I will enter 10 values. So my n is 10. And I will say, let's say my element is equal to integer input. Again, I am looking for integer as an input because we want to find the average. So enter element and then a dot append, because a is my list and append is the command coming from the list, right? It's one of the method in the list element. Now once I have this, let's execute this part. I'm asking user insert the value. Let's say I want to insert 5 values. Enter the element. Let's say 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Done. So if I go and check my list A, I should have 5 elements in it, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Perfect. Now what to do? That is my second step, which I did. Now I want to calculate my average. So my third step will be calculate the total sum of the elements in the list, obviously. And then my next step, which is obviously I will divide the sum by total number of elements in the list, which I already know. So divide the sum of or divide the sum by total number of elements in the list. Perfect. And then exit. That means I want to end the loop, or my program is done basically. So these are my 5 steps which I am performing. So here, once I have the A with me, I will go out of the loop, because now I have all the elements added in the list. I want to find the average, which is nothing but sum of A divided by N. And then I will print average of elements in the list is nothing but, I'll take the round of, right? I'll take the round of average, and I want only 2 decimal places. Let's execute. I want to insert 4 elements, 1, 2, 3, 4. The average of the elements in the list is nothing but 2.5, because 4 plus 3 is 7, plus 2 is 9, plus 1 is 10. 10 by 4 is 2.5. Perfect. I have solved the problem.